Okay. First things first, I am 30 years old. And ever since I was a kid, I have always hated Russia. I always knew that Russia would eventually start World War III by invading either the United States or another European country. I've always known that about Russia ever since I was a kid. But what happened in Moscow today was horrific. 40 people have died by the terrorist organization known as ISIS. Don't get me wrong, what Putin is doing in Ukraine is unforgivable. What Russia did was an unprovoked war in Ukraine. This whole situation is Putin's fault. Now he is totally stretched thin beyond comparity. Putin, you have three options. First option is your unconditional surrender to Ukraine and leave Crimea and Ukraine effective immediately. Option 2 is, since you're so vulnerable and ISIS claimed that attack, the situation in, I'm probably going to pronounce this, Belgorod, where the freedom of Russia is, you don't have troops to defend Russia. All your current military is in Ukraine. So think about it. Your territory that you annexed in Georgia during the 2008 Russia-Georgia war, which took territory. The option number 2 would be that since you left your defenses unprotected, more ISIS terrorist attacks, plus Georgia could reclaim their territory they lost to you, and on top of that, China could take this opportunity and take the eastern part of Russia. And option 3 is the worst case scenario for you, is that the people are sick and tired of these massacres that you brought onto them. You're looking at a second entire civil war and the complete destruction of Russia. So option 1, which would be your best case scenario, is your undying unconditional surrender. Undying unconstitutional surrender, meaning you cannot bargain anything. You would have to unconditionally surrender to Ukraine. That would be your best case scenario. Or option 2, which would be a Georgia rebellion, which would reclaim their territory, more terrorist attacks by ISIS, and an invasion from China. Or option 3, all-out Second Russian Civil War. So those are your options. I hope you pick option 1 and you surrender to Ukraine unconditionally.